Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. Today is December 14th. My name is Wack Attack, and we actually have a quick episode for you today, so let's get started. A35U made this comment yesterday saying, protocol announcements for changing our PL rewards should be an everyone ping. I don't expect it will be contentious, but it's the kind of thing we should all want opinions on early. And Valdov says it has drawn disagreement on the forum from myself and Noshua already, so I don't see the non-contentious path to it going through as initially proposed. And A35U says that's my point, and Valdov says indeed I think Joe viewed it as smaller change than AG myself, which is actually great. The idea of forum posts for small changes to allow others to disagree. So and A35U says, yeah, the method seemed kind of dirty, but I have no problem with the actual change. And and Sneaky asks what's dirty about it, and A35U says the calculation used to be 100% on chain, then it was moved to the tree for cost savings, but still basically the same calculation. Changing that calculation with a somewhat obscure tree spec upgrade just feels wrong. That's the kind of thing that needs RPIP and the whole process. So let's have a look at what the forum discussion looks like right now. So since my comment yesterday, when I said, I like Valdov's idea, if it's technically possible, we had a lot of engagement on this thread, which is absolutely fantastic. There were 27 replies as of now. I'm sorry that you're cutting off the left of the screen, but you can read it in the link. Exit Plan said had a comment. Valdov had a comment about that. Noshua agreed with Valdov. Patent said there should be penalty only below a certain threshold, like 95%. Rocket Doc says it's overtly punitive in its current state. Whisker says, I'm in favor of attestation weighted RPL rewards, though I agree that any changes to the rewards system should have a vote. So more and more people are saying there should be a vote. Then Langus came in with a reply, and I'll read this one out. He says, hey everyone, here are my thoughts on some of the fantastic discussion. RPL reparations. I like the idea that we make our ETH holders whole through reparations, but there are a couple of considerations. Firstly, RPL reparations do not incentivize the network to self-heal. We should be rewarding node operators that are above the average attestation rate. As a network, this creates incentive to have great uptime. Although uptime is not as important as decentralization, it is important to our market competitiveness. Second, the solutions so far have significant trade-offs. The management committee adds a manual step that should not exist. Ideally, the protocol should be automatic. Management committees are really there when human decision-making cannot be avoided. Using the auction system is great in theory, but adds significant complexity and probably contract changes. So there are barriers to doing that. And then uptime forgiveness, as I mentioned above, I think it's fair to expect home stakers to lose a little bit of uptime. The network average will naturally reflect that, although we should be incentivizing node operators to remain as high an uptime as possible. It's important to be competitive with centralized providers. And vote, agreed, it should be voted on. And then Langus goes on to say, as far as I know, you would only have reduced RPL rewards if you are below the network average. It wouldn't be 100%. So then there's more comments as well, and there's a lot of discussion happening here. Some people like sharing their ideas, their numbers, their math, and Valdov had a reply to Langus saying our ETH rewards already behave like this, that they're the ones that are rewarding network time, network uptime. Anyone that cares to maximize rewards already has that as an incentive to maximize uptime. I think that's the case if you're in the smoothing pool. I didn't know that it was the case if you are not in the smoothing pool, but okay, that's fine. Maybe Val can correct me if I'm wrong. The impression is that there's dragged down primarily by massive uptime failures, not by many small uptime issues. We have a thread tracking forks in our top 60 nodes by size under 90% effectiveness, and then there's a link. We see forks under 50% routinely. We see a person with over 200 mini pool losing themselves more than 50 ETH a year due to carelessness. Uptime would be great if we can get it, but if we can't, then we should protect our market competitiveness via reparations. And then Noshua had a reply as well. and Jasper had a reply talking about what the situation would be like in LEB4s. I don't have time to go through every reply because it's a very active discussion. It's a really great discussion. So I really want you to go spend a couple of minutes, well, not spend a couple of minutes, maybe spend 15 or 20 minutes reading through it all and maybe contributing to that discussion as well, because I think it's really worthwhile. And I think that with all this discussion that's happening, I think we're going to need more discussion going forward, which means that the RPIP method might be the best way to do it. But we'll definitely need a vote, it looks like, because this isn't quite as straightforward as Joe thought it might be. So yeah, it's good that we're having such a great discussion about this. Okay, next we have this news from Phiz, who says, I'm proud to have been the first oDAO member to vote to onboard Anthony Sassal or 0x to the Rocket Pool oDAO. I believe that Anthony's long horizon and commitment to the Ethereum ecosystems are values that align deeply with Rocket Pool. Good luck, sir. And then Butter replied by saying, I'm proud to have been the second oDAO member to vote on board Sassal to the Rocket Pool oDAO. I believe in Anthony's long horizon and commitment to the Ethereum ecosystem and values that align deeply with Rocket Pool. Good luck, sir. So I don't see a third one yet, but I'm sure there might be a third one already. Let me actually have a quick look. Actually, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's good that Sassano's now inclusion is being voted on. And he's getting votes. He needs 8 votes, I think, to get included to the oDAO. And after that, I think the vote to onboard the rocket scientists will take place. So yesterday, we had this tweet from Jasper, a Twitter space from Jasper that featured Gamma. So it's the Rocket Pool community Twitter space. It was an hour long, just over an hour long. And the first hour of it was talking to Gamma about their liquidity trial that they had with Uniswap. So they were doing concentrated liquidity on the ETH pair. They went into a whole lot of detail about what that looks like, what that worked like, and how it was off the peg for a while. So even with that being off peg, it was still a profitable strategy. And I think it means that they might go forward with more of that. The person who was BP, who was talking on Gamma's behalf, was talking about how there needs to be 3 things that will make liquidity providing on Uniswap profitable. One is that the 2 assets you're providing liquidity for are highly correlated. 2, that they are something else. And 3, that, wait, what was the 3 points? I just had them in my mind a second ago. 1, that they're highly correlated. 2, that they have incentives, if they have incentives. And the third one, that was the third point. And the second point was something else. And he said, as long as you got 2 or 3 of those, you'll end up with a profitable strategy. And he says that basically our ETH definitely fulfills 2 of those if you manage your peg well. So the discussion got quite technical at times. And some of the community members really liked that. Like Object said, I'd love to listen to a 4-hour deep dive podcast with that Gamma guy, but I feel like the Twitter space is the wrong space for that. And Ken says, maybe I learn and drink at EthDenver with the Gamma guy. I like how they're calling him the Gamma guy. And then Whisker says there was another general liquidity space a while back, including Gamma, a little bit of shilling various platforms, but still very high quality. And there's a link to the tweet that you can go and listen to that if you want. And then Valdov said, I'd bet he'd do the 4-hour deep dive podcast if you wanted. And Jasper tagged BP saying they love you here. And then BP came along, who said, where is BP? Yeah, BP said that he'd be happy to do a drink and learn at Denver if people are interested in attending that. So I think that's really cool that, there's all these great products that are coming out that are supporting our ETH. So good job. Thank you for that so much, Jasper and BP. And then Mav finished the call by giving a little bit of a summary of the updates that I gave yesterday about the gate POAP and all that kind of stuff. So awesome. Valdov shared this tweet yesterday from Aura Finance saying, migrate to new pools if you're farming Aura. So what's happened is Aura have changed their pools and they are not incentivizing the old pools anymore. They're incentivizing the new ones now. So if you are liquidity providing through Aura, now is the time for you to change the pool that you provide liquidity to. Otherwise, you won't be getting any rewards. So Jasper's tweet here as well says, attention anyone farming RPL incentives through Aura Finance. You must migrate your liquidity to continue earning rewards. This affects several pools in the ecosystem. Check your strategies. An Aura tweet that he retweeted said the Aura system has been upgraded. The upgrade begins stronger security, easier cross-chain support, more flexibility on fee capture and rewards. And then to continue earning rewards, all Aura LPs need to migrate from old reward pools in the next 7 days and go to app.aura.finance to do that. So this is crucial if you want to keep earning your rewards. Go do that. And then Jasper shared the same tweet, the same image that Valdorf shared. So it says some affected pools. There's the RETH WETH pool, the Badger RETH pool, WST ETH, and that's not for us, an RETH RPL pool as well. So that RETH RPL pool's got 140% rewards at the moment, which is absolutely phenomenal. But there's a low TVL. There's only 32,000 TVL. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you are providing liquidity on any of those pairs, now is the time for you to move as soon as possible. So next, Ken asked this to be brought to everyone's attention. He says, can you bring some attention to the EthDenver survey in the post here, and then there's a link to the post. He says, on the last chit chat, it was crickets when we polled the folks in the channel as to who would be willing to help staff the booth. If you could encourage folks to sign up for at least one shift when they are there, that would be good. I'm a little worried we won't get enough volunteers, but I think with your encouragement, folks will volunteer. Any node operators or trading degen is sufficiently qualified to explain the protocol to others. And no more chirps, please. That's because I want to buy Ken Proteus that chirps every time he gets in the test station. So anyway, let's go have a look at the thread. So over here it says EthDenver prep continues. So that's what we talked about yesterday. And then there's a form. So let's have a look at the form today because we didn't look at the form yesterday. It says join Rocket Pool at EthDenver. Yeah, you will require a ticket to attend EthDenver. Please remember, apply ASAP if you have not already done so. Let us know how far along the process you are. So I have a ticket. I've applied for a ticket. I'm going to be able to apply for a ticket soon. I don't have a ticket. What dates will you be attending EthDenver? Select the dates. Could you help to answer questions at the sponsor booth alongside a team member? We estimate that each shift will be 2 to 3 hours. The only requirements are basic understandings of the protocol. If you're reading this, you probably know more than enough, and a willingness to help out. You'll also be entitled to a small exclusive gift as a thank you. So the small exclusive gift has kind of been hinted that it'll be like a t-shirt or a hoodie that only people who help out the pool booth will get. And then it says, yes, 1 shift during the event, yes, 2 shifts during the event, yes, 3 shifts during the event, and no. So I was super excited about volunteering at the booth, and I really wanted to do that for multiple shifts. However, sadly, it looks like I won't be going to EthDenver. So I'm really sad about that, because I was really going to enjoy just meeting everyone and getting to explain Rocket Pool to new people and varied people, and just talk about Rocket Pool. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. So talking about it all day would be such a great thing. So yeah, it's such a shame. So it says, and then the questionnaire goes on to say, we'd like to know your level of involvement in the Rocket Pool protocol. Please help us plan volunteering and suitable merch giveaways and events. Please select all that apply, and then you know how you know about the protocol. And there may be some clothing merch giveaways at the event. So like what I was saying, the exclusive thing earlier, please help us indication of size of clothing you would choose. Only use this information aggregate for planning purposes. You can choose your preferred size on the day, and then the sizes, and then will you be attending some of all the mountain retreat, and then the questions. So yeah, please take your time to answer this survey. I think it's really going to help the team and the community get everything planned for EthDenver. You have to remember, guys, that EthDenver is taking place at a very crucial time. Atlas will have just gone live, and withdrawals will be happening in the weeks following EthDenver. So this is an absolutely crucial time to be talking to people who are stakers already, talking about people who are interested in staking, to get them to migrate to Rocket Pool with their stake, with their node. And I think us as a community kind of have to step up and do that, right? If I was there, like I said, I was so excited about volunteering maybe even every day on the booth, but I really hope that other people are able to step up and and volunteer for that, because at the moment it looks like there's not enough response for that. So please sign up and get involved, and hopefully people from the team, you can help them, you can help the protocol as a whole, and make a huge difference to people who learn about Rocket Pool. So please go do that. Okay, next we have, oh wait, where did that go? Okay, next we have this so it's kind of, so Stakewise version 3 is coming out, and that's like kind of a competitor to Rocket Pool and decentralized staking system. So Nosho shared this Medium article from them yesterday, kind of going into a deep dive of what their product is and how they work. So they're going to have something called an over collateralized staked ETH token, OS ETH, that they're kind of explaining here. A lot of people in our community have read through this. I've not read through this yet fully, but they've gotten like a positive feedback from what it is that Stakewise is doing. And they said that, they'll happily champion Stakewise alongside Rocket Pool. I'm talking about people like Phiz, Marceau, and others have already said positive things about Stakewise version 3, depending like on what the final form takes. So, this is interesting that this is coming out. So the report came out yesterday, and then got people in trading talking about it, and you can go back and have a look. Like Nosho was talking about it, and then Phiz was talking about it, and talking about like how there's questions about it, like how do they solve the excess backing dilution due to reward accumulation, and then like other questions as well. So there was like some really interesting comments, and it's worth going and reading the actual Medium article from Stakewise just to get an understanding of what they're doing and what they're not doing. So I thought I'd put that in there because it's like, we welcome more decentralized staking protocols out there. I feel like they're not going to take share from Rocket Pool. They'll be taking share from Lido and Coinbase and Binance and all of those kind of staking services, which is what we want. We want there to be 10, well, not 10, maybe like 8 decentralized staking systems with 10% share each, and a big chunk of voters on top, solo stakers from home on top. Like that would be ideal. Obviously we're very, very far away from there, but this is definitely a step in the right direction. Okay, next we had this discussion that was taking place on Twitter with Polinia, who is liberosist on ETH Finance, talking about the RPL token as a collateral for your node. And it was a discussion that was happening with Jasper. So Jasper shared the tweet. So let's have a look at what Paulina was saying. So let's go back a little bit. And it says, can we please stop following the SBF low circulating supply model? For example, every last layer 2 token is absolutely atrocious. Can we please design tokens that are designed to be valuable and useful? And then Jackie Poo says, Rocket Pool at Jasper, get in here. And Jasper says, I think a token that gives access to only MEV smoothing, Rocket Arb commission on staking, and the potential for scaling capital efficiency is pretty good. Buy and stake, and has driven most of the RPL's price action. And then Paulina says, to be fair, Rocket Pool doesn't have the SPF low circulation supply deception. I'll give it that, because all the tokens are currently in circulation. There's none that are like vesting or bonded or any of that kind of stuff. And Jasper says the tokenomics are certainly not perfect. I strongly dislike Lido's fee share model. I think there's merit to a per mini pool launch fee in the future after the current model stops making sense, around 4 ETH bonds in my opinion. And then Paulina says, I think even ETH is too volatile and high risk. Force buying 10% of that in RPL is just not viable for us non-degens, which is like 99% of the world's population here, which gives us like over 100 million degens. So nearly 100 million degens. I'm pretty happy with the number of degens right there. We'll reevaluate if when there's a different model. So then there were more replies to that, but let's have a look. Yeah, and Jasper says in the medium term, the SAS style upgrade will allow operators to split exposure with a third party, so you can enter ETH only or RPL only. This has been put on the back burner to prioritize withdrawals. So that's happening there. So that led to a nice discussion in in trading, where people are saying like, wonder if this concern will worsen with LEB8s because you'll need more of a collateral, or if you'll be quelled due to the lowering of overall collateral requirements in LEB8, plus keeping the option of 16 ETH mini pool. It will be exciting to see LEB8 being spun up. More interesting upcoming event in the stagnant bear. Most interesting upcoming event in these stagnant bear market times. And Jasper says, I think it will persist, especially since competitors are not requiring external token bond. Frax line continues upwards. So Frax is a staking solution that started in October, and they've already gained 40,000 Frax ETH supply, which is quite good. It's quite fast considering that it's taken Rocket Pool over a year to get over 300,000 total ETH staked. So that's interesting. And then that was the discussion that came up quite fast. It's a discussion that came up. He says, Halzen says, true in regards to the point about RPL still being worthwhile as a write-off cost with commission and other benefits eventually outweighing the cost over a longer time frame. Do you, anyone here, know if someone has looked into how this will change with LEB8s and earning commission on 24 ETH? So right now, if you enter a mini pool at around 10%, I think Evan did the math on Polina's tweet. Let's have a look. Evan did the math here. He says, luckily, even if you write off RPL as a complete loss, you will eventually make it back in pure ETH due to the 15% extra staking commission. On a long enough time horizon, it makes RPL worth it. And then, not including the opaque plus EV of the smoothing pool plus support plus rescue node, definitely worth it as a write-off cost, which is why per pool fee burn could work in the future, in my opinion. And then, and then Paulina says it'll take decades to make that back though. But then when Evan did the math, he says assuming 5% APR for solo validators with 15% commission on top of that, and then we have the numbers. And he says it'll take 6.67 years without any RPL rewards involved at all. However, if you get any RPL rewards of that time, the time frame shortens and it makes it a lot quicker. So this is what I've been saying for a while. If your time horizon for staking ETH is multiple years, there is definitely a case to be made that you can enter a Rocket Pool mini pool with zero bond. Assume that you enter the 10% RPL almost like an entrance fee instead of thinking it as a bond, and literally just ignore it the whole time, and in 6 years you'll end up basically. And that's literally working with the assumption that Rocket Pool's token RPL will go to zero, which of course, we know that, well, we hope that it won't, and we assume that it will appreciate strongly in that time. So it's a very interesting discussion that was happening, that was kind of taking place on trading and on Twitter. So definitely go and check that out, because I think it was it's worth reading and learning about it. And finally, I want to finish with giving the raffle that I set up a nice little boost. So the 100th episode raffle, it looks like the 100th episode will be taking place on December, not 16th as it was saying in the raffle. It will take place on 19th, December 19th, which is the coming Monday, basically this coming Monday, because that's when the 100th episode will go out. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like yet. We still got a few irons in the fire of trying to figure out what that will look like, but at the moment that is going live. One of the reasons why I wanted to mention the raffle today is because the team kindly donated 20 RPL to the raffle. Langas messaged me saying that the team has contributed 20 RPL. So at the moment, the prize over here says 25 RPL tokens, but it looks like the current prize is, first prize of half an ETH, second prize of 25 RPL, third prize of 25 RPL, fourth prize of X RPL, which is somewhere between 5 and 25 RPL, and then a fifth prize of a Rocketeer and a sixth prize of a Rocketeer as well. So there's going to be a lot of prizes. It's going to be a really nice raffle for the community and for all the supporters of Rocket Fuel. There's 6 POAPs that you can use as an entry ticket. There's one Rocket Pool Voters POAP, which a lot of people in the community have. Like, I think more than 100 people have that POAP. Then there's the Smoothing Pool POAP, the people who launched smoothing pools as they went live after Redstone, they can vote. And then there's supporter Rocket Fuel and a couple of different, the emoji ones. And then there's October Rocket Fuel contributor as well. So between these 259 people have already entered. I hope that, you know, a whole bunch more of you enter. I think we could probably get that up to 500 participating POAP entries because of the number of people who have the POAPs. So please go and join the raffle. There's going to be some really good prizes, and the raffle will likely be drawn on Monday next week. And I need to go back into my wallet and like figure out exactly what is there for all the prizes, and then get those ready to make sure that they're clear to everyone to see as well. So I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you so much to everyone for listening, for supporting Rocket Fuel. I'm really excited about the 100th episode on Monday. I'm really excited about the raffle taking place. There's another couple of surprises that are going to happen as well. So I'm going to keep those in the DL for now. But yeah, I'm excited that we're nearly at 100 episodes. So thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.